What's up? This is Seth Mosley here in the studio, and today we're going to be talking about something very important for you as a songwriter, and that is this concept of radio. Love it, hate it, it is still the #1 discovery tool for people when they're looking to find new music and new artists. Radio is still that, believe it or not. A lot of people think it's YouTube or Spotify, but if you ask any major record label, they're still going after the big radio chart. So how do you write songs for it? It can be one of the most frustrating things ever for songwriters to have their stuff rejected because it doesn't fit a format or fit a radio chart. But we're going to talk about the things that you need to know, and only the things that you need to know as it pertains to writing for radio. We're going to be ramping up in 2019 our YouTube game, so if you want to be notified of new content, new free tools and tips and resources for yourself as a songwriter, as an artist, hit that subscribe button. We promise to only post stuff that we think is really useful and really helpful, and occasionally funny as well too. So hit the subscribe button, and if you find value in this video, hit the like button. Like I mentioned, radio is not dead. It is still very, very important for the artist's career in the modern day music industry. Now, this doesn't always apply, but it does apply if you're looking to get into music that's in country, that's in top 40 pop, or that's in Christian music, or even largely rock music as well too, is a very radio-focused market. So I think it's important to identify what kind of music are you into. Do you want to write country songs? Well, then it's really important for you to know what's going on at country radio. And here's the reality. This video is for anybody regardless of genre. The point is to learn how to analyze trends in hit songs in certain formats. So you're going to pay attention to about 6 things that I want to get across. The first thing is pay attention to what is the average BPM for a format. What is the BPM for a format? We recently just did a study on country radio from the past several hits and found that there were really no songs above 93 BPM. That was a little bit of a shock to me, but I know that when I'm going in to write for a country song, I probably want to stay somewhere between 70 and 90 BPM. It's not going to guarantee a hit, but that's a good starting point. The second thing is you're going to pay attention to what type of lyric is it. Now, to use the country example, we tried to create different categories, like, is it a lifestyle lyric? Is it a love song? Is it a breakup song? Is it just a fun party song in general? And so on and so forth. If you can kind of create 5 or 6, let's call them buckets, of different types of song lyrics for whatever your genre is, then that's going to be a really good starting point. So we found that in country, it surprisingly wasn't as many love songs or breakup songs as I thought it was. And whether your genre is country or top 40, you may find some of the same surprises as well. The third thing you're going to look for is what musical influences are dominant in that radio chart. Now, I'm talking about things like trap, let's say like hip-hop. There's actually a lot of hip-hop trap influence in the modern pop songs that you hear on the radio. Things like tropical house, that was a big one a couple of years ago in top 40, and even kind of snuck its way into some country songs. Things like old school country, you know, or even if you want to give yourself examples, like in the Christian genre, U2, which you would just kind of call Britpop or Europop, was huge a few years back. So give yourself a few categories of musical influences. You could kind of start with 10 to 15 and just start identifying what are the predominant musical influences in your genre's radio chart. So the next thing I want you to look for is melodic structure. What is the melodic structure? This one's really simple. That term sounds a little complicated, but it's really not. It's basically 2 things. Where does the melody fall in relation to the downbeat? So let's say you've got a song that's in 4/4, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. The strong beat is the downbeat, the 1, 2, 3, 4. So where does the melody start in relation to that downbeat? Does it start before the downbeat, on the downbeat, or after the downbeat? Now this is going to vary from section to section in the song, but you'll find that for certain genres they may tend to anticipate the downbeat more than others. So pay attention to that. It's a very subtle thing that most people would never notice, but you as a songwriter and as an artist, it's very important to know these things. The fifth thing you want to pay attention to is rhyme. What is the rhyme structure? Is there a solid rhyme structure? So when you're going through listening to songs on the radio, pay attention to that. There are complex rhyme schemes and there are simple rhyme schemes. Things like A, B, A, B. I mean, that's a simple rhyme scheme. And we dive a little more into the complexities of rhyme scheme in our Song Chasers course. The link is in the description to that. But pay attention to that. Some genres have looser rhyme scheme than others. Some have really, really strict ones. Pop can tend to stick to more of the strict side with the occasional unpredictable line every now and then. So pay attention to the rhyme structure. And the last thing I want you to pay attention to, and this is a little bit of a hot button topic, but what is the dominant gender? Is it male or female? I found that I was just incredibly surprised that in country music, of the last, I think, 7 or 8 number ones, they were all male. Now, I'm not saying that's right. I'm not making a commentary on which gender, and I know that's a whole nother video in and of itself, but pay attention to that. If you feel like you're trying to break into country, there's probably a greater chance that by writing with a male artist or having a male artist sing a song or pitch to a male artist, that you'll have a greater shot at success. Pop is not necessarily that way. It's been very female dominant. So really pay attention to that in whatever genre that you want to pursue. Hey, songwriters and artists, I want to know, do you listen to the radio or do you listen to Spotify, YouTube? Where do you get your music? And if you listen to the radio, what genre do you like to listen to? We always want to hear from you and make sure that we are providing content that applies to our subscribers and content that's amazingly useful. So also, as mentioned in the video, we've been working really hard for the past year to come up with as much useful content in the form of a course that we are calling Song Chasers. If you're interested in that and you are seeing this video before October 9th of 2018, we've got a massive discount for you. So head over to songchaserscourse.com, songchaserscourse.com, and that is A to Z on commercial songwriting, everything that you need to know.